James is in this race. Andrew, is James a sprinter like you were?
No, he's not a sprinter. He does not get any of my genes there. That's Shane Tyson, though, from Devo on the front out of Langley.
Shane already splitting this field.
He's followed by Sebastian Ryan out of New West, Devo. Shane Tyson just coming back from some racing in Quebec, the national championships, the Coupe de l'Avenir in Quebec. So quite an experienced rider. And here comes our youth B with the number 199. That's Aldous Boyer, out of Vancouver, leading the way.
Aldous Bauer looking back at what kind of damage he was doing. He was checking up on seeing what his effort had done to the pack.
That was Maria Chapolo out of Burnaby coming through. There's James Pinfold with Edward Maloney on the wheel.
As you said, James looks like, so James more of a diesel than you were. Looks like he's a powerful, strong rider.
So again, a lot to keep track of with these 3 different groups. We'll do our best to ensure that we get the right groups. But again, what an opportunity for these youth riders to get to race on the same course as our pro racers who will be taken to the streets later on.
So the reason the U19s aren't racing with the Pro 1s, some of them probably are near the Cat 2, so they probably could have almost, is just, this is a UCI race, so in order to up your category, I think it's a pretty difficult process.
Yeah, you need a special letter from the Canadian Cycling Canada. And this is a really spirited attack right now. That looks like Hayden Davies pushing on the number 176. That's our Youth A.
Hayden Davies. So that was Youth A coming through. We're going to see Youth B next.
Looking like he's getting a little bit of a gap around the top corner right now. Sebastian Ryan trying to come back onto terms, but Hayden Davis is kind of taking no prisoners over the top down Cordova, and that's the lead of our A race. 192 right there. That's Matthew Shikawa out of Victoria. Youth B, that's the front of our Youth B race.
He's out of the Triple Shot Cycling Club, an excellent club from Vancouver Island that's developed a ton of very impressive young athletes, some of which are racing in the 1-2s today.
And I miss Beatrix Marun there, number 175. Here comes our U19 boys. There's 4 of them now. One of the riders has been dispensed. Looks like it's the 2 red Kilo riders, Noel Marun, as well as Edward Maloney. Got a rider from Whistler who's in that. That's John Forsyth. That's a number 170. He's in that group. Right there, that's the number 190. That's Jill Gow out of Vancouver, racing for Devo. He's in the Youth B category.
John Forsyth, that last name Forsyth, that rings a bell. I'm trying to remember. I think we have quite a few athletes in that family locally. Number 176, Hayden Davies, just drinking from a bottle as he's rolling through, one hand on the bars.
Yeah.
Looks pretty comfortable.
And that's the front of our Youth A race with right now Shane Tyson going around the top corner. See Lucas in there as well. Lucas Cullingworth out of North Vancouver. That's the number 199. Aldous Boyer. James Pinfold now has shrunk that group. It looks like now there's 3.
Looks like he was with Noah Moran and Forsyth. So that group of 3. Edward Maloney's got to jump up to that if he wants to see the front of this bike race again.
The front of the A race is looking like Thomas Cookson's in there for Devo as well. Doing our best to take to look at this lap traffic that's happening right now. Our Youth A's are And U19s are definitely lapping through. There's Noel Moran is in there, red kilo. We've also got John O'Forsyth out of Whistler. And of course, James Pinfold's in there too, with 3 riders. We're seeing this course, Dave, as we get into the later stages. We will see, this is a hard course. This climb up Water Street, it doesn't look like much, but it's on cobbles, and it will take its toll after doing it several times. So you can see already some of these riders struggling a little bit to hold on to the wheel. These riders are riding very close together, right behind one another to take advantage of the draft. It's 30% or so easier to be riding behind as those riders are cutting the wind for you, as Hayden Davis and we've got the Lucas Hayden. Also got the number 178 in there. That's Nevis Liu. For our Youth A, that is quite a race right now with that pack coming through. Here come our 3 U19 boys. It's a bit of a breakaway right now, led by John O'Forsyth, number 170. .192, Matthew Ishikawa out of Victoria. He's leading the B group, the Youth B group. So there's definitely some pack riding right now. That's Beatrix Moran. She's pulling that group as well. She was in the A group. She started in the Youth A group. One of the female riders in there. Here we've got some of our Youth B riders coming through our start-finish right now. That's led by 193. That's Max Stiles out of Victoria. Max Stiles does every kind of bike racing you can think of. Enduro, mountain biking, track riding. You see that kid at a bike race, he just does not want to get off his bicycle. Loves it. So he's one of the youngest riders that we have in the race. With the Triple Shot team, to race, which is a youth club based in Victoria, to race here on the cobbles of Gastown, as Maria Shapovalov is coming through, the number 188. There's our Youth A group right now. Who's it going to be leading in front? It looks like 185. Sebastian Ryan, James Pinfold now pushing on the number 172 up the hill.
Pinfold is starting to solidify this gap. He's definitely pushing for this to stay away. Noel looked pretty comfortable on his wheel.
Now they're going to make the junction right now. The U19s are coming past our Youth A, and there comes our Youth B right.
That was 196, Owen Chen from Victoria, Triple Shot Racing. Again, Triple Shot, big club in Victoria, BC. Always brings lots of athletes over to here, to Burnaby Velodrome Club to race there. Awesome development club for youth in Victoria that has produced a whole whack of athletes over the years, particularly someone like Kimberly Chen, I'm thinking of, who rides for Red Truck Racing. Contender here today.
There goes the 190, Jill Gao through racing for Devo. And stick around if you've just come upon it. You're welcome to the Global Relay Gastown Grand Prix Criterium. We've got our youth race right now. We'll be hitting up our women's race at 6:15. As Max Stiles comes through with 194 right on his wheel. That's Shahar Gazik out of Vancouver. And there's Shaked Ben Shashusin at number 189. "12 minutes done." We're looking for about a 30-minute race, which is quite a long race, actually, David. It's amazing that they were able to get this group together. That's John O'Forsyth, the 170. Noel Moran on the back there, and then James Pinfold out of Devo coming through the start-finish. And here's our Youth A. There it is, Sebastian Ryan, 185, putting in a bit of an attack. Hayden Davies trying to respond.
185 here after the start-finish, that's when he seems to accelerate. He looked like a slighter athlete, if I'm being honest, and so something like a little bit of a kick is going to give him a bit of an advantage.
There's a UP race. That's Chicago on the front. That's in the number 197, Harry Isaac, all the way from Prince George. So Harry's joining us from Prince George. Fantastic that he made the trip down for the race. We've also got Matea Nava, number 187 from Prince George as well. So a couple of the northern riders coming all the way down for Gastown. Great to have them here.
That rider in red is Luca Zimmerman. Notice his form on the bike. Pretty impressive for a young guy to have that much aero discipline. Flat forearms, holding the hoods like that.
Well, these riders, I mean, this is their sport, so to speak. So they're definitely watching the pros, watching the Tour de France.
I noticed one of the Devo's kids, he's got aero gloves on right out of a time trial situation. So they're taking it seriously, and as they should. Half an hour on the streets of Gastown.